G'day and welcome to the Xenophon Gaming channel. I think I finally got my sound figured out and I'm going to record my first video in what I hope to be a series of base tours of various survival games. We're here in Planet Crafter in my post-moons save, which is the whole of the system terraformed, and I'm on Planet Prime, and this is my primary base that you can see below. For this save, I decided I would make my base at the ring. I've made it in various different places across various saves, but this time it's at the ring. So this system is fully developed and automated, and I'm just going to go through the bits and bobs and the different bases that I have. So this is my main base that I made first. So I started on Prime, and down here I have my main production facility. This one was based on the 2x2 compartments because that's what I had unlocked at the time. So I've got my drop box, my teleporter, and then down the left hand side here I have all of the basic minerals. In the middle I have lava and fish eggs and things. Then a bunch of auto crafters. At some point I want to put some furniture and stuff in this room, but I haven't got around to it yet. Then I have the bio stuff down the other side of the room. And then we'll go upstairs. Oh, there's my gas out there. So upstairs, it's got two wings and a main section. So there's my cookies production. Most of my autocrafters are on this floor because they can reach to the end of two 2x2s mostly. And they can reach vertically at least two stories. So I've got all of the constructed things here, so except for bits and fuses, rocket engines, that sort of stuff. All of my quartz. So you can see I have production for cosmic quartz. Then I have more saved things over here, like rods and all of the constructed circuit boards, rocket engines, that sort of things. Oh, there's my power outside. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Down on the left-hand wing, which I guess is the western wing, I have my genetics lab with all of my genes and an aquarium, which I think looks really good when it's suspended. It's very cool. So that's where I store all of my genetic traces. And then on the other side, there's all my incubators, my recycler, the T1 that I got to start, another aquarium, and this is where I store all of the larvae for butterflies and stuff like that. I have, I think, 6 ecosystems out in the wild feeding me stuff and a few fish collectors. So then on the final floor, I have all of my fuses. These are the original T2 food growers that I just haven't bothered breaking down. And storage for overflow stuff and seeds, food seeds. You can see I've completed the terraformation. Here's all of my special items, posters and wooden keys and extra blue chips and stuff. All of the spacesuits that I have from the various worlds. And there's my system terraformation. So apart from Aqualis, the other two are only just finished completion. They do look very cool. I really enjoy doing this playthrough and doing all of the build that I've done. Right. So if I pop out here, so the whole array is powered off these fusion power generators and a couple of machine optimizers. I've got my portal generator there. I've got a trade rocket that's just doing cloth and cookies and the various things in my vehicle bay. Of course, my vehicle is in my bag, along with all of the materials I need to go to the different worlds. So what I did do was create a completely separate cosmic quartz production facility. Just to isolate it, it's a very low priority. So you can see I've got it set below everything else. So they only ever come to here when all of my other storage is full. And it just has an auto-crafter for that. The gas is for I think it needs nitrogen, I can't remember. Got a Dropbox. And then we'll go to the spaceport, which has cosmic quartz production, and then many depots and rockets. So I get in silkworms from Qualis, uraninite from Humble, and then phosphorus and selenite from the 2 moons. I send out a bunch of explosives and aluminium to other places, to the other moons that didn't have the resources. I found that uraninite was a really good choice because it breaks down to all of the T2 mats that you need, and sure I've even collected them. I did. And explosives break down to explosive powder, which you use for a lot of things, and circuit boards, and then sulfur and iridium if you need it. So it's very efficient as a transport item. So we'll go to Humble next. Which is where I started a second. So I didn't go to the moons. I started this save about a week before the moons dropped, and I had completed terraformation. I think I was at about 4 TTI on Prime when I left. And what I did was I went to each of the new locations serially and dropped a T5 drill and a T5 heater and a bee farm, and God, it's gorgeous. It looks so good. And built an extraction platform and started the terraformation process on each of the worlds in turn, and then went back and finished up some stuff on Prime. So this is, again, my main base. I've got a T2 recycler for those things that I need to recycle. You can see it's terraformed. I've got a transporter, which I'll get to in a second. So this is built on the 3x3s, which allows you to put more storage, several rows of storage. So you can basically do 4.5 rows or 5 rows of storage. If you put all the crafters down the middle, you have to leave out some of these here in the middle because there's no room to get around them. But this one is just the 2 stories high, and it has overflow, and all of the auto crafters are up here. You can see my drones there. Drone station was one of the first things I bought in, and I shipped T2 drones from Prime to the various worlds that I needed. Right. So Humble has an extra special build that I did, which is that one up there, which is my genetics lab. It was a pain in the butt to get up there, but the view is spectacular and worth it. So let me just remember where I put my teleport. Go to genetics peak. So I put domes on it just because I could, but the view from here is fantastic. Having played Humble through before, I didn't explore all of the wrecks and didn't do all of the things, but I just made this one so I could look at the view because it's gorgeous. I do love the way that Humble changes as you terraform it. And the view from up here is just magic. Right. So then, where's my stairs? There they are, hiding. Getting up here was quite painful. I didn't do it till I had the jetpack because I'd come before. And it is a long way down. But I can get down to the rocket platform the fun way. It's like a carnival ride. Yes, so this is my Hubble save. So when I was transporting stuff between the planets, especially on New Starter, I took a lot of rods and broke them down because it's just so much more efficient than doing anything else. And then I'm going to go to, I did selenite next. I keep doing that. And it's the least developed of the planets that I've done. Oh, and that's an Aquila spacesuit I have there. I think I like it. It's very cool. I only have one of those, I think. So one of the consequences of coming to the moons after you've already done Prime is that, done another world, is that the terraformation is so fast that you don't notice how long it is when you do it natively. I'm doing a hardcore run on Selenai as a starting zone, and it's very, very different. And that will be a video that I'll have coming up soon. Right, so here is my Selenai base. It's 4 tall. It's the biggest one that I have. I've got some plants here and some of the other trees from other locations. But again, it's more of the same. 3x3s, recycler. I had the genetics downstairs. One of the consequences of doing this over a period of a couple of weeks is I did slightly different layouts for each base, and I can't remember where the stuff is sometimes. So yeah, again, all of the normal stuff, bio on the other side. Upstairs is autocraft and all of the crafted items. And then the top floor is overflow. I have a few autocrafts, or maybe not, my teleporter, and then just my control setup. So yeah, fully terraformed. I only have one teleport location here, which goes to the Selenite manufacturers, which are the miners, which I have, I think, 3 selenium and 1 for travel. So yes, going back down, going back to the rockets. Oops. Wrong rocket. The last one is Apollos. So I'm only new to survival crafting games, having found them kind of October last year, and I've played a bunch of them, and I love building bases, and so I'm going to do a series of videos from various games around the bases that I build. I've got an Astromedica one coming up and a Valheim one, and I'm thinking about having a go at Awakening as well, because that looks pretty cool, and I love the IP. Aquilus was really fun to watch develop. And here's my power. This is it. I've got six fusion reactors and an optimizer, and that's it. So here I have the genetics lab separate, just down there in a separate 3x3, and again a 3-level base with all of the gas, bees and some plants up there. As you can see, completely terraformed. I put teleports all around the various islands, and then upstairs I have my autocrafters and storage, and then more storage up the top. I've got plenty of room, some extra autocrafters that are doing the odds and sods. And then I have the view. I actually kind of like perching on the corner here and just watching the very busy spaceport at work. So down there you can see all my ore processes for the uraninite that's coming in, and then processing the dolomite that comes off the uraninite process, because that gives you all the materials that you can't actually mine here. So that's worked out really well. It took a while to get going, and I have an overflow down there, those storage there, and the autocrafter is for super alloy rods. I put in a trade rocket to send them off, and that recycler there just at the bottom of the screen processes overflow super alloy to get aluminium. Yeah, and that's about it for this space tour. I hope people have found it interesting. Let me know in the comments if you have any comments or you'd like to see more. Thanks a lot. Bye.